Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of God Talk. Yeah, I'm Pastor Grissom, your host, and we thank you all for joining in on today. We have a very wonderful guest, a very good friend of mine. This is actually my first time meeting her in person, but we have been friends through Facebook and things like that of that nature. But we're going to invite her in on today. Her name is Shenita Hunt. She's a local native right here in Dublin, Georgia, which that's where we're at right now. So we're going to welcome her in right now in our own way. Welcome everyone to the show, the incomparable Shenita Hunt. Welcome to G Talk.
Thank you.
So wonderful to finally meet you in person.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right. This is Shenita Hunt from our very own Dublin, Georgia. We'll be right here at a residence here in Dublin, Georgia. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up right here in Dublin. Most people who are here, they are traditional. We go to church. You know, we do all the traditional things that country folks do. Get together on Sundays and have dinner, go to ball games, and kind of remain a community, a school community. So we have that sense of neighborhood, you know, closeness that I grew up with.
Right.
And my upbringing happened to be around music.
Awesome. Around music. So how old was you when you first started singing?
Oh, wow. I must have been singing before I started taking lessons, so probably 2 or 3, you know, listen to my mom sing around the house. I started mimicking her, and then they started the whole piano lessons at age 4.
And your mom, y'all are staple in this area as well.
My mother's my mother's grandfather happened to be a staple in the community, and then he had a daughter, my grandmother, who became then the staple when it came to the entertainment industry here in this area.
Not only in the entertainment industry, but also
in the
food service as well. Tell us about this very historical restaurant we know here as Miller's.
Well, Miller's Soul Food began because my grandmother was looking for a place to have a business. My great-grandfather had businesses out in the country area. He had a store, a motel, and grocery store, and a gas station. And so she wanted to be her own business person too, kind of growing up under her dad. So she decided she could cook. She wanted to do the restaurant. So in 1955, my uncle in Miami, who was actually, he's deceased now. We actually lost him a few months ago. He found her the building that's called Miller Soul Food downtown. And we've been there since 1955. So we were going to open in 1955.
And you say Miami, now you reside in
I reside in the southern part of Fort Lauderdale, which is Broward County. It's an area called Pembroke Pines. So we're right between Fort Lauderdale and Miami.
Now, we friended each other through social media, through Facebook, and we've done everything except meet each other in person.
Absolutely.
We stay in contact with each other.
We really do. That's right.
And I love the contemporary gospel that you do. Best is yet to come. You have the sign of a blue jay.
That's right.
Never let a day go by. Those songs are you working on anything?
I'm working on other songs. Actually, I also have one about my grandmother, who actually is the original owner of Miller's. The song is called "That Was Love." And growing up as a kid in that restaurant, we always wanted to be out here and playing with all of our friends on the weekends, but she was open on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
So on Saturdays, it wasn't a playing day for us. We had to go to the restaurant and help my grandmother. And we never knew that was training us in order to learn how to, you know, handle a working schedule. You know, we had no idea that it was teaching us how to be business people, customer service people.
Right.
We learned how to count money very early. I mean, when I say somebody gives me a 20, and you know, their meal is $11.83. I knew how to count the change back very young because being in the restaurant helped me learn to do that. Helped me learn to cook the recipes too. So that song was actually sung at her funeral.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Now,
that's another one.
Now, there's a song that you have right now on YouTube, and it's you're doing a rendition of Whitney Houston. I'll always love you.
Yes.
Now, Now I've seen that, and I love that song. But it seems like you have a mixture of female artists wrapped into one. I hear a little Anita Baker when I hear you sing, and I think I shared this with you before. Sade really sticks out to me.
Really?
Okay. When I it's a mixture of Sade, it's a mixture of the Whitney Houston song. I love that, but that Sade just sticks out. So I wonder who did you pattern after when you was coming up? Like, who was your role model?
Singers who sang good songs that had great lyrics and who were soprano singers. They were black or white.
Right.
It didn't matter. I listened to Donna Summer.
Okay.
I listened to Natalie Cole. I listened to Barbara Streisand, some of her stuff. I listened to Aretha Franklin, but I didn't have her sound. It wasn't until I got older.
Right.
So you gotta have some age to sing Aretha. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that too. You go through a few things and you can start really singing the songs that really hit the heart.
Right.
And so Donna Summer and Natalie, those were my safe space singers where I could go to them. And Denise Williams too.
Oh,
because I had those high notes and I wanted to practice Denise Williams. So yeah, those were the singers I listened to growing up.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize your range actually until you did that. I Will Always Love You by
I do a little
Whitney.
something extra on the end.
Yeah.
I can't say that Whitney couldn't have done the same thing, but when I'm singing live, I have to make people understand that I'm trying to do the best I can of a Whitney song.
Right.
And when I'm singing live, I want you to know that I'm giving you something a little bit more than you would hear on a record.
Right. So you perform with jazz artists as well?
I do a lot of jazz musicians. Most musicians who actually I play with, they gotta learn how to read charts and read chords, so they can play almost anything. A lot of them. So we did a gig where we gotta do a wedding. Maybe the first half of it is a classical church style, then the cocktail part is jazz, and then the last part of it's top 40 R&B, whatever. So, the musicians I hire, they got to be able to handle the whole day, the whole job. So,
well, from what I've heard, you have your selection chosen very well. So,
Thank you.
They do a wonderful job with you back in you have to see to check out on YouTube. She has a wide variety of songs that's out that I know that you will enjoy. Matter of fact, you have a Christmas. You did a Christmas album as well.
There is a reggae artist in Miami named Honor Rebel, and I grew up with Honor Rebel. I was 18 when I went to University of Miami, and Honor Rebel was just coming from Jamaica, becoming a rapper, DJ, reggae artist, and I didn't forget him when I started working on a song back in 2019 titled At Christmas Time. I didn't forget about him, and the minute I started writing the song, I said, song kind of has I know I can hear somebody DJing. So when reggae artists are called DJ, they're DJing whenever they're rapping. I said, I can hear somebody DJing. I said, I don't know anybody else to call but Honor Rebel. So I called him to DJ on the remix. And then this year I released 2 more holiday songs.
Right.
I did my own version of Silent Night, and then I did the cover of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
I'm glad you brought that name, because I didn't know how to pronounce his name. Honor Rebel.
Honor
That's
Rebel,
what it was.
that's his
Okay,
name.
I was looking at that on there. I'm like, man, how do you say that?
Honor
Okay,
Rebel
I was able to leave that
me.
alone right
He
there.
does a lot of performing with DJ Khaled, and also I can't think of the guy's name. He called Mr. 305. Those who out there know who Mr. 305
I got you, yeah.
Pitbull. He does a lot of work with
Okay. All right, so you have to perform a song for us.
Of course.
You have to. I have some people in the middle Georgia area that they love your songs. It's one particular I know they love that song. The Best Is Yet to Come. So we're going to ask you to perform that for us. Could you do that for us and bless us with that? So we're going to get ready to hear one of Miss Shenita's one of her latest songs, The Best Is Yet to Come. So let's sit back and let's enjoy that.
I want to try something. My God is doing it again and doing it again. Today I woke up with a smile on my face. I feel the joy of the Lord all over the place. My life keeps getting better all of the time. It started with God first on my mind. Well, I believe in the Lord and I trust in the Lord's ways, and I believe in joy everlasting till the end of my days. Well, I know in my heart why I'm traveling this way, to strengthen me for the blessings I'm receiving today. The best, yeah, is yet to come. Best is yet to come. The best, yeah, is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Sometimes you feel troubled, so full of despair. You think you're alone and no one cares. Well, God's promise was for all and not just for some. That's how I know the best is yet to come. Well, I believe in the Lord and I trust in the Lord's ways, and I believe in joy everlasting till the end of my days. Well, I know in my heart why I'm traveling this way, to strengthen me for the blessings I'm receiving today. The best, because of your best is yet to come. Best is yet to come. The best, so let go of what's going wrong. I know the best is yet to come. So sit still and listen to the voice in your mind, the one that keeps telling you everything will be fine. Well, go deep inside to find your peace. As your spirit grows, all your troubles will cease. Your best, the best is yet to come. So hold on and be strong. I know the best is yet to come. We know that God's on your side, not when you're ready, but right on time. Lift your head, raise your voice, give God the glory, make the choice. Open your heart, free your soul. God is in complete control. Look no further, search no more. Feel it at your core.
I tell you? What did I tell you? That's for somebody out there, even if it's not for just myself. Yes, the best is yet to come. Yes, yes. God bless you for blessing us with that song right there. The best is yet to come. I want to ask you, as I'm noticing you singing, and then with the instruments. I know you started young in the singing with the gospel, but how did you from moving to Miami? Tell me how did you transition your platform from gospel singing to being a professional singer?
I want to say being around music so much, even in the sacred and secular environments, sparked an interest that I wanted to be a professional singer. So I did all the training and everything that you do when you're in school, did the private lessons, but I wanted to go somewhere in college and get the training that I really wanted to be the best singer I could be. Being that I was a piano player, I was around a whole lot of producers who were trying to get songs on my voice, but they didn't know my style. So I spent a lot of years in the studio with people like KC and the Sunshine Band. I spent time in the studio with a whole lot of people who have Grammys on their mantles, but they could not help me get a hit. So it took time for me to decide I was going to buy my own keyboard, start learning how to sequence tracks, making my own songs that came out of my head, my ideas, my God-given ideas. And so from there, I learned how to build my tracks from drums to keys to bass to strings, guitar, everything. I could already sing, so I have a wide range. I could sing alto, tenor, bass, soprano. So I started building my tracks, then buying up some studio equipment in my house, and just, of course, learning how to operate everything you have. And from there, I started building my songs. And performing with the band happened at the age of 18. Once I got on campus, University of Miami, a reggae label decided they wanted 3 girls to start singing background for them. So I started going on the road at age 18, going everywhere, all over the U.S. And so that also helped to build up my ability to perform, sing live, and then I got a band of my own right out of college, and I was a front person for that band. And they eventually branched off from my own, became Shenita without those musicians, so that I could do my own albums and my own songs. So it's been a long journey, but it's paying off.
It is, and what I got out of it is you knew yourself.
Yes.
To be yourself, and you invested in yourself.
Right.
Why be a copy when you're an original?
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
So,
and I had to wait on the Lord, because you always want to say, oh, I want it now, or let me jump out there and do what everybody else is doing. But you know what? It didn't sit well with me to do what everybody else is doing. I knew I needed to wait and make sure it was something that I could do and could live with for the rest of my life when it came to a career in music.
Yeah, you've definitely been blessed, and God has definitely continued to bless you. And we want to thank Shenita for inviting us in her home, sharing her time with us, and just blessing us with her gospel ministry. The best is yet to come, and she has more to come as well. And we're going to be looking out for her, all right? So we thank you guys once again for tuning in for another episode of G Talk. We know it's God Talk because it's all about God. And we want to tell you guys to join us next week at this very same time at 6 o'clock for more G Talk with Pastor Grissom. Good evening. God bless.